BEEX project is a no-profit foundation about visual art and photography. If you want to help us, just drop a donation on buymeacoffee.com/BerlinExplorer. So, welcome to this 50 minutes of experience, and today I'm with Ahmed Zawia. Welcome, Ahmed.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, today we talk about some of your experience, a bit about you, and what I want start to do is to ask you to introduce a bit of yourself, and then we talk about some question I have for you.
All right. So my name is Ahmed Zawia. I'm from Sweden. However, originally I'm from Libya. I've actually lived in Germany for like 6 years when I was a kid. I work as a doctor, and this whole photography thing is kind of new for me. I got a camera, I think, like as a graduation gift from my parents when I graduated from medical school, and I've always been interested in taking photos. But I think that I've only been taking it a little bit more serious for like the past 4 months, and I'm still trying to find my style, I guess.
Yeah, sure. I understand totally. And today I want to ask you, first of all, it's do you use only photography, or you usually work as more with the post-production?
It really depends. Lately, I've been only working with photography. I'm trying to kind of, create the photos that I want to create with what I have in my surroundings.
Okay.
For example, yeah.
So what I see on your profile on Instagram, it's more or less night scene and neon light, we can say, and I can probably say your cats, if it's your and just I wanted to know more about why you think photography is the right tool in this case to figure out some idea you have, and why not using, I don't know, painting or sculpture or else?
Okay, the easy and quick answer is that I can't paint and I can't do sculptures. I guess photography kind of is an easier thing to do because, if you keep practicing it, you will get better. But I always believe that when it comes to other types of art, like painting and, being a sculptor, you need to have some type of talent to begin with. But the thing that I love with photography is how you can kind of convey an emotion with just a single image. And what I have been doing probably lately is that, since I got a camera, was I always wanted to create types of photos that when you watch them, it makes you kind of feel something. But I've always had the excuse of that, I have to go to somewhere exciting, I have to travel to an exotic place to, be able to create those types of photos. And that's probably why I haven't taken so many photos in the past years, and I've only started a couple of months ago, because I've kind of decided that if I don't take photos, that when I am at those special places that maybe I want to visit or see, I'm not going to be able to take the types of photos that I want to take because I don't have practice, I don't have the skill, because I haven't been working on it. And that's how I kind of started with these, I guess, night photos. It was actually unintentional. It's mostly because usually at night is when I have some free time to take photos and to, think of creative things that I can do. And that's why I have a lot of photos of my cat nowadays. It has been my model, just trying to create from what I have in my surroundings.
Yeah, that's the nice part of your work, I can say. I will for sure will love to see more pictures. I wanna say, I think Instagram is not the right place to ask for that, but I think it will be really nice to see also what other picture you develop usually, and what kind of also work you do it in the post-production.
Yeah, I usually just I try to think of an image that I wanna like kind of make. Like the last one, I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah.
It has like red light. I have a tree in my garden that kind of looks nice. Now in Sweden we have fall and all the leaves have fallen. I was thinking, you know, the leaves are red. If I can just take out a lamp and put an RPG light inside of it, I can kind of like set a certain type of mood. And I try to play with some long exposure, you know?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what I've been doing lately. But I honestly have no idea what my style is or what I want to do. One of my biggest, I think, one of my favorite photographers ever is he's a photographer called Todd Hido. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
I know Todd Dido. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's someone say Hido, but I don't know. It's someone is say Hido sometimes. Someone say Hido.
Exactly.
I don't know exactly the spelling, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and the thing that I love about his photos is that when you look at a photo, sometimes it just looks kind of empty, but it leaves it up to the viewer to just, you know, fill in what the photo means. And I think that's why he's kind of my favorite. I remember one of the first photos I ever watched was one of his interior photographies. It was of this like abandoned house. And it was like kind of an empty room, and you could see how the wallpaper was a little bit torn. And it made me remember when I was a kid. I used to like play with my friends in the forest beside where I lived. And there was this old abandoned house, and we used to go inside of it. We knew it was abandoned, no people lived there, but it always had this kind of ominous feeling that, you know, someone lives there or someone's going to come back. And it kind of reminded me of that feeling when I was a child and being in that house. And I've never like honestly felt that kind of like strong feeling when I've seen a photo. So that's what really made me wanna, you know, try to not just create similar photos, but to expand like my skills in photography in general and just become better at it. I don't want to do exactly what he does, but my goal would be to try to create imagery that makes you feel these types of strong feelings that he does. Another really great photographer that like I should mention is called Henry Prestes, I think.
Henry?
And his whole style is actually based on Todd Hido, because that's like his favorite photographer, or one of his most favorite photographers. And the thing that's so cool about him is that he lives in, I think, Portugal, Henry, in Madeira, in that island, and he creates these like not exactly the same or similar, but he captures the same type of emotions with his photography in a different country and, you know, in a different environment. Yeah. I think it has a lot to do with how you take the photo, but even more with post-production, because sometimes I think that, you know, anyone can take a photo, but what really makes the photo your photo is the way you actually work with it in post-production, the way you edit it, the way you play with the colors and everything. Because everyone has their own style, you know.
I say always that I think we are really making a picture in the moment we select the picture, not in the moment we click. Because it's totally this is photography. I think it's writing with the light. In this case, with the light we see after, not with the light we see during the shot.
Exactly.
Because sometimes we cannot capture what we want to capture for sure, and even if you shoot probably with the film, it's much more difficult than to realize if you got it or not, what you wanted to talk about.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, shooting with film, I think probably is really hard. That's why I usually shoot digital, because I'm still trying to learn. And when you're trying to learn, you need to be able to, take thousands of photos and then maybe have one that you're actually happy with. But it is really like you said, because I think one of my most how to say it, not most liked on Instagram, but one of the photos that I know people have told me they really loved is the one with my cat in the fridge. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't love the picture when I saw it on my camera and when I saw it on my computer and everything. But after a lot of work with editing, I could, create the image that I felt that I saw in real life, because it just didn't look as good in the camera. But once you go to post, you can really create the emotion that you felt or that you saw while being in that situation.
Yeah, I totally got your point. I mean, it's probably you will get also some bad review as post productor, no, from some photographer. I mean, there is these things in photography world that people think that if you do it too much post production, it's not photography, blah blah blah, stuff like that. I think in a way a bit more wide. I think photography it's just portraying our reality, and if our reality in a way is also made from something we imagine, so then let's do it. I mean, nothing change. You can be a really good reporter and be satisfied of what you see in the street, and you can be someone else just need to touch a bit more the picture. I also like the idea. I did in the past some picture, and then I painted on the picture because I wanted to realize that stuff. But yeah, for sure it's really interesting, and I said I will look forward to see when you will upload more picture, or if you will open I don't know a blog or something else where you will upload more about your ideas, because I think it's kind of interesting work development.
Yeah, thank you. And I honestly agree with you on what you said. And for me personally, I kind of feel that, this is a creative outlet and this is an art form. And I want to do what I like. I don't really think about catering to anyone or trying to please anyone. This is for me just something that I love to do. I don't even want to work with it. I just love to take photos and create photos and, post-production and everything. And if it, how to say it, if it is for you, if you relate to it, then cool, then that's really awesome. But otherwise, it doesn't really matter, because I would do this even if no one, watched the images or looked at them. This is mostly for me, I guess.
Yeah, that's the nice part, is to still be child and playing what we like. This is, I think, the best part of making something related to the creation. I think the real creation is when you touch the stuff, you do it. Otherwise, it's not really creative. It's just related to something else.
Yeah.
So thank you a lot for your time and this talk, and I for sure look forward, as I told you, for more to see about you. And so thank you a lot, Ahmed, for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me.
So if anyone wants to see the work of Ahmed, just will be always link in description. And that was all for today. Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. Learn more about our project at allmylinks.com/BerlinExplorer, or visit our Instagram and follow Berlin Explorer Project.